little hearts flutter up, that means that you've liked the video. That helps the algorithm to know that there are people here and we have something to say and we would like for people to listen to what we have to say. It makes it a lot more fun when someone joins us in here. So, okay, it's a little after 7 now. I'm just going to give you the floor for just a minute. You just tell us what you'd like us to know about you. It can be about your books, your writing experience, your life,
Okay.
whatever.
All right. So my name is Candace Nicole, but to follow me, it's everything at C in Book Series, because I didn't realize how many people had the name Candace Nicole. So when people tag, they'll say like hashtag author Candace Nicole, then I come up. But if you say Candace Nicole, everything and everybody comes up. So I've been writing for a little while. I've always enjoyed reading. I love reading. To get lost in just a completely different world is just amazing. I write romance and psychological thrillers. But my favorite genre, it would be anything with witches, vampires, demons,
Scary
all that
stuff.
good stuff, werewolves. But that's my favorite. But I write romance and, like I said, psychological thrillers. So this year was my first psychological thriller, and I'll show you. Tangle Roots right here.
I love that cover.
So that was my first time writing one. That came out May 15th. And I've been like so blessed to come across amazing people who were on my art team, on my street team, and just for them like sharing it and showing me love. So that, makes my little heart happy.
Yes, that's what we live for, just those little moments of attaboys, I call them, or paychecks of the heart, because we don't get paid a whole lot as indie authors. So when we get those little nice reviews or an email from someone or just a nice comment on TikTok, those are our little paychecks of the heart. I love that. Now,
Yeah, because see, I work at a packing and shipping company, and so I deal with a lot of people, and sometimes a lot of nasty people. So when I get a little message or an email talking about my book and who they loved, who they hate, it brightens up my day. Like it gives me the giggles like all day, So I do love when people reach out and share their thoughts and their feelings.
You said you enjoy reading the scary stuff. Do you ever plan to write a vampire or werewolf or a demonic book, or is that just something you enjoy reading?
I don't know, because I do have a journal with like the vampire Bible and then different other characters, but I don't know. So,
Interesting. Okay.
Who knows what the wind might blow?
I know, right? As writers, I think we're kind of like the weatherman. We get up every day and like, I don't know what the heck's going on. And sometimes these characters have a life of their own anyway. They write their own book. So what else do you want to tell us about you?
Hi, everybody who's saying hi. Oh, some of my friends are on here
tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peg's books is being especially chatty. I appreciate that, Pegs. It helps to have a lot of people talking to us. Yes, I know some mean people, don't we all?
Yeah.
Do you know her, Peg's books?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay. I'm not sure either. I can't keep up with everyone that.
But we're glad you're here.
Follows me. I know everyone scooped Candace up. Yes. And by the way, if you just joined us, I'm author Casey Mitchell. This is author Candace Nicole, C in Book Series. Follow her. If you're not already following me, follow me. But if you're not already following her, follow her, y'all. The whole purpose of me doing these things is to get support for these indie authors, because I'm an indie author and it's a hard freaking job. Figured it up one time, and it's literally 7 full-time jobs. Like literally there are people out there that do each facet of what we need to do as a full-time job, and yet we have to do all of them. So we need all the support we can get. Please share this out. Let's get some more people in here. Like, and make sure you follow her. Okay, what else do you want to tell us, Candace?
Okay, well, like I said, my first psychological thriller was Tangle Roots, and September 25th, my second one called Deeper Roots is coming out. So soon I will be looking for ARC readers, street team members. I swear it'll be a good time.
Yep.
And so I do have the form on my bio, and then I have a link tree. So you can click on that or just send me a message and I can send the link to you. But
Okay.
yeah, so that's what I have with that. And then about like maybe early February, yeah, maybe. I'll have the third book done, Severed Roots, and that'll come out. So I'm excited.
My names and titles already picked out. Have you started book 3? Didn't you say at the beginning you've already started writing it?
Yes, I'm working on it now.
Okay.
And like I said, book 3 she's being a little challenging child, but I'll discipline her and get her straight.
Yes, you will. I have full belief in you. So I'm just curious, no judgment whatsoever. I'm always curious when authors say they're writing a book and you're completely done with Deeper Roots and it's coming out in September, which is a little ways down the road.
Right.
And then the book you're working on now is not coming out till you're thinking maybe February of next year. Is there a reason why you space them out so far apart?
Well, like I said, I work in the packing and shipping industry. So
You have a
November
full-time
and
job.
December is going to be hectic here.
Yes,
and
it
so
will.
I just going to be honest, and I'm not going to tell people, I'm going to get it out earlier because I might not have time to write.
That makes
And so
perfect
like
sense.
I have been proud of myself because before when I write, I need it to be quiet, like no one to bother me, but I've been getting it. I've been at work writing, and then I have to remind myself, you are at work. Don't get mad when someone comes and asks you a question or needs you to do things. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I did that for a while, work a full-time job and trying to write in your spare time. And do you have a family?
I
Kids
do. Yes.
and husband and kids and all that?
Yes.
My hat is off to you then, because I swear I don't know how people do that. I put off my writing until a few years ago, and because I couldn't juggle it all, it was just too much. So I had to wait till the kids were out, and I'm divorced, and I'm like, I've got peace and quiet. I live with my mother, who's 90, and she does her own thing. So we literally work together well. I don't know. I literally have so much respect and admiration for you indie authors that work and have family and have kids and husbands and stuff, because every single one of those things pulls at your time. So kudos to you. We're having some funny comments in the bottom. Peg saying her problem is editing, and Amy said something funny a while ago. I'm going to go, oh, she said, can you make her characters behave also, since you're making your own characters behave? Can you
Yes, I can.
get that whip out?
Get them together. I'll get them together for you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's talk for a minute about the other series. Is that completed? Is it made? What's
It's
the name
called
of
the
it?
Maid series. And
Maid
so I have my covers. But I am in the process. I think I'm going to get new covers because,
For the Maid series?
yes. Because
Really?
I'm
I
going to
love
keep
these
these, but I'm going to
covers.
get like regular covers that are not too spicy, if you get what I'm saying. So this one is
so
Made
it's
to
the
Love.
shorter ones. Yeah.
This is my first book.
I
And
love
this is
that.
Carmen and Cooper's story. I'll show you each of them and then we can talk
Do you
about it.
make your own covers?
No, I have a girl named Lisa, and she is on Fiverr, so she's made all of my covers for me. I sent you a message because I saw you ask the question about it, so I did send you a message.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Because I am.
And then I have Made for You. That's Marsha and David's story.
I love your covers. They look very
And then I
fancy.
have Made by Us, and that's Giselle and Liam's story.
That's really hot.
Yeah. So, each girl has their own story, as you can see. So basically, it's about 3 friends, right? And so the reason why I wrote a series about 3 friends is because sometimes when you're reading stories and you hear about the best friend, and that's all you hear. You never hear anything else about them because we're focused on the main character.
Right.
But I'm nosy. I'm like, well, what happened to the best friend? Like she was eyeing Jack and she thought he was fine. Like, what is going on? We don't know. So I decided to do the Maid series.
Somebody wants you to put your covers back up. They said they had to step away for a second. So show them the covers. You can go ahead and talk about them while you're showing them.
Made to Love. Carmen and Cooper's story. Made for You, Marsha and David's story.
Y'all, these covers are so sexy. I love them.
And then Made by Us.
And
And
that's
that's
my favorite.
Giselle and Liam's story.
That's the wickedest one, but I love it. It's my favorite. I don't actually read spicy. Are the books spicy or they just look spicy?
They're spicy.
Like how
Yeah,
spicy? How many chili peppers?
see, me, I would just say like maybe 2, 3.
No.
But I think other people, I don't know, and that's where I'm torn. I guess
Yeah.
I need to ask somebody who can judge it better than I can.
Yeah. Well,
Because I'm like,
let me share a little secret, or not secret, but a little thing I learned. In one of the conventions I went to recently, they sent, because they wanted us to grade how spicy our books were. I would have said, I only have 2 books that have any spice in it. I would have said that they were maybe a 1 or 2, but by her definition, they were like a 3 on my books. And I'm like, I wouldn't consider them that spicy. I haven't had enough people that have read them that said how many chili peppers belong to them. There's so many different definitions of that. There's not like a clean, clear cut definition of 1 versus 5.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Lori says 3. So 3.
Okay. Has she read them? Is she saying 3 because she read them? Lori, have you read the books? Hold on, she's answering. She hadn't answered yet. Yes, she's read them, and so she's giving them the 3. Okay, so that's not too bad, because according to the one thing, mine was a 3, so that's not too bad. I also read the dark. Okay, we're gonna get to that. She's got a lot of books. I know. How many books have you written? 6.
Let's see.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3, 4, 5.
4,
Yes.
5, 6. Your 6th one's the one that's coming out September, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. That's exciting. How long have you been writing?
So I'm really bad with dates. So the main series came out many, many years ago, because that's when I had my in-home daycare. So yeah. So it was a few years ago, and then I just started up again recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I love your covers. I do, and they are very sexy. But especially since you're saying they're maybe a 3 instead of a 5, maybe. I mean, and I know a lot of people that write heavy duty spicy stuff do 2 covers. They do like a sexy cover, and then they do a subtle cover. So if someone's reading it on an airplane or whatever, they can read it without.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about doing still keeping these covers, but having other ones as well. Because when I was at my family reunion, my cousins were like, "Oh, you should have a display." And I'm like, "Sir and ma'am, do you see all these little people running around? I don't think so."
I love that. That's hilarious. That is funny. I love that.
Yeah. And then I have another one, and this one is super short, but it's a Sunday affair, Delilah's Deception. Yeah.
And tell us what it's about. Is it a standalone, correct?
Yes, it's a standalone.
Okay,
Yep.
What's it about?
So Miss Delilah she's amazing. She's everything. She's a preacher's wife.
Oh, wow.
But she is living a double life. Dun, 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 dun.
I've got to read these books. I can already tell they're all going on mine. Are they in Kindle?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're in Kindle Unlimited. And if you want a signed copy from me and the little goodies that go with it, you can get it from cnbookseries.com.
Okay, perfect to know. I love that. And remind me to say that again at the end, because there'll be people that come and go through these.
Okay.
But I had to laugh when you said Sunday affairs of preachers' wives, because my dad was a preacher, and I know there's that stereotype that preachers' kids are the worst and stuff, but we really are. I mean, I have to attest to that.
Oh my goodness.
It's really rough. So that rebellious side of us. So we've got 2. Oh goodness, they just restricted us for some reason, probably because we use the K word with the KU. We have to be careful in what we say on it. Now we're restricted, so they're not going to send us out into La La Land for 15 minutes. So I'm the world's worst about using the wrong words on here. But so you have 2 series, the Tangled Roots and Deeper Roots series. What's that series called?
It's called the Root series.
The Root series, and then you have the Maid series, and then you have the standalone A Sunday Affair, right?
Yes, correct.
And they're all a little spicy, but around 2 to 3.
Well, a Sunday Affair would be more of women's fiction. I don't believe there's any spice in there.
Okay.
No, there's no spice in there.
People laugh about the fact that we can't remember some of the stuff about the books we wrote. I've had people say, "You wrote the book." I'm like, "I know, but that was like 3 years ago. I don't remember that."
Right.
I get that. Anything else you want to add before we jump in?
No, I'm just excited to be here
I'm
and
excited
chit
to have
chat.
you. You're fun. This is going to be fun, I can tell. Okay. Before I say or start, let me just preface this with sometimes these questions have a mind of their own too, just like our characters. So if there's anything you're not comfortable answering, just feel free to say pass or whatever. Because
Okay.
sometimes it may just be something you just don't want to answer, and that's okay. That's okay. I want you to be comfortable. You said that your mind has always been filled with characters demanding to have their stories told. Do you remember the first character who became too loud to ignore?
It would be Carmen and Cooper's story.
Okay. And which story is that?
Made to Love.
Made to Love. Okay.
My very first one. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what was happening is I kept dreaming, having these dreams about these characters. And at that time, I was watching a lot of TV. So I thought it was something that I watched. And it was like continuously for a week. I kept having the same dream. So then I was like, I don't think I've seen this. So I started like writing it down, what I was dreaming. So that's how they came into play.
That's interesting. Every single book I've written came to me from a dream.
Yeah.
Or at least the premise of it did. So
Right.
You began publishing with the Maid series in 2014. So there's you go. There's your year. How has Candace Nicole, the writer and the woman, changed since you released the first novel?
Well, I feel like my writing has improved. I feel like I understand the process of making sure, just because I understand what's going on in my head and what I think everybody should get, that sometimes they don't because people aren't in my head. So I have to be clear. And then also you have to have those people who you can ask, like, hey, can you read this for me? Does it make sense? What's not clicking? And you have to be open to it, but you have to have people who are trustworthy and people who really have your best interests at heart.
Yeah.
And, because sometimes people, they will try to take advantage of you or, try to make you fail. So, yeah.
Or try to take over. That
Right.
My very first experience with a beta reader was she just ripped it apart and was trying to basically rewrite the book. And at the time I was really good friends with one of my college professors. And so I had sent him the book too. And if I hadn't had his advice at the time, I probably would have quit writing. And when I told him that we spent over an hour just on the first chapter alone, he said, "That's not beta reading." He said, you don't even need to ever use her again. And he said, "Your book is excellent. It's well written. You're strong in dialogue." He built me back up.
Right.
So you have to be careful. I love this little thing. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's protect your creative heart. I have a little plaque on my wall that's just talking about how, it's a vulnerable place to be when you're writing. And so you have to protect that place, just
Right.
like it's a little baby, And so we have to protect the place where we write from, because that's very important. So yeah, I love what you said. And the fact that you've written 6 books and you've already figured that out and know that is beautiful. You're going to be a great writer, I can tell. But you probably already are. I just haven't read your books yet to say
Yeah.
that. I'm going to be reading them. I just can't read fast enough to read everybody's books. So let's see. They should be giving constructive criticism, not destructive. Exactly. I love
Look
that.
at sunshine.
All right. Your earlier books are contemporary romances featuring diverse and interracial couples. What
Yes.
did you want these stories to contribute that you weren't finding in the books available at the time?
Well, at the time when I was reading books about interracial couples, it was they didn't make me feel good. It was always like one person coming to save this person from like poverty and or it was more so like, I'm doing you a favor. It just like I said, it just didn't make me feel well. It didn't make me feel good. And I was just like, why can't both people becoming and bringing something into this relationship. Like, no, they don't have to have the same careers. No, they don't have to make the same type of money, but everybody can be successful in their own way, in their own right. And they're coming together to build something. Of course, you know, in romance, we have to have the drama, we have to have the friction, you know, all that good stuff. But I wanted to show that somebody doesn't have to be from the ghetto and then this rich person's coming to, you know, take care of them, or someone doesn't have to be, because in the books I read, it was like one person was less than that person, and it irritated me. And so that's I wrote because I wrote what I wanted to see in books.
That's a perfect answer. I love that. And I'm not here to talk about my books, but sometimes I have to interject a few things. One of the books I wrote, the historic romance, the only historic romance I've ever written, is an interracial couple, and they both save each other. It's like she's in a condemned horrible marriage, and he is a slave, but he's actually the rightful owner of the plantation, because the owner of the plantation, he's actually his son, but that is in the Civil War. So back then he couldn't own it, but they end up saving each other in a way. So yeah, I love that when they're partners. And you know, I kind of like that anyway with the story, regardless of what color their skin is. Because when one person has all the power and the other person needs all the saving, it's, I don't know, I'm kind of like you. It doesn't sit well with me. It's like, you know, there's got to be some, they may not be completely equal like partners, but there's got to be some options for the person that's at the disadvantage, so that they're not being taken advantage of. Maybe I'm saying wrong, but does that make sense what I'm trying to say? What inspired you to make the leap from writing? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was reading. Yeah, because they said, I love it when their race alone is not the focus of the plot. They're just, and that's how it is. They are living their lives, but you know, we know that Cooper is Caucasian, and we know that Carmen is African American, but it's not the focal point. The focal point is this love story. The focal point is, you know, her having a successful daycare. That was in my daycare times, and having her relationships with her friends and her relationship with her family. And then when you're coming together and having a relationship with someone else, how do you juggle all of this? How do I juggle, you know, this relationship with this man, and then keeping my relationship with my friends, and then, you know, and then dealing with past trauma. So yeah.
That's a lot. And it should be focused on the romance or the relationship and not the race. I completely agree with that.
Right.
What inspired you to make the leap from writing romance and happily ever afters to exploring murder and guilt and buried secrets and psychological thrillers?
Because I love lies and everything in between. With me, it's just like, you never know what you're gonna get. Like, when it comes to what I'm going to decide I'm going to do. And so I started reading some psychological thrillers, and I loved them. And then I was like, oh, this is fun. I want to do one too.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. So did those books come to you from dreams as well?
Well, actually, it's funny because when I drive to work, there's like houses and there's places that I drive past, and some of them, like, there's this one, like, it's like this old cabin on all this land. And it's like, every time I see it, I be thinking, you know, they probably doing some foul stuff in there. Oh, they doing some foul stuff. And so then my, you know, imagination and that activeness, it starts working, and I'm like, I know what's going on over there. So yeah.
So that's
cool. How it came about.
That's cool. Yeah. I love that. Did writing Tangled Roots awaken a different part of your creativity than writing romance? And did anything about that change surprise you?
Well, with Tangled Roots, because it is a dark psychological thriller, so there's dark aspects that were not really in the romance, like because in romance, you can have things that happen, but because of what this book is, Tangled Roots, we're focusing and we're talking about, you know, things that are disturbing. So let me just let everybody know there are trigger warnings. And I have them in the book. I have them on my website, but it doesn't go into full detail. So it's nothing graphic, but you'll know what's going on. Use your imagination, right? So let me just start by saying that. But there were times when you have to, when I had to like step away, especially with one character, because of the person's relationship, how they should be. Well, there's two, but there's one I'm really like thinking about right now is how they should be. And you would think they were supposed to be caring and loving, and they were the complete opposite. So writing that person, afterwards, I did have to take a little break and, go and find something fun to do. Because it just, you think differently because you're becoming like, I'm becoming these monsters. I'm becoming a monster, And so, yeah.
You have to get inside their head.
Right.
To write the part, and so then you have to take a break from that. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I've never written anything that dark like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I cannot read horror, any stuff like that. I'm just such a scaredy cat. But
mine's not horror. It's just, a thriller.
Right, but it's dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I can watch some dark psychological movies. I think because it's like for 2 hours and then I'm done,
Right.
So reading it's more immersive. And then also you're spending, 6, 8, 10 hours, depending on how long it takes you to read it, a lot more time with that. And it feels a little bit more real or something to me than watching a movie. So that's my take. 5 strangers have built separate lives around the same terrible secret. How did you give each person a distinct reason for remaining silent while still binding them together through a shared guilt?
Because everybody's looking out for themselves. Like, it's human nature, if we're going to be honest. Like, if you see something that took place, everybody will have to stop and say, what do I do? Do I report this or do I just act like I don't see anything? Yeah. So everybody is looking out for self. That's just the easiest way I can sum it up. You're looking out for yourself, and then also it's out of fear. So like, if I do come forward and I say this, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my family?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Are these things that you thought of like before you started writing it, or just as you're writing, you're like, okay, this person's thinking this and that person's thinking that? Did you plan it or, plot it, or did these ideas of their motivations come to you as you were writing them?
So I would say it's both. So I will tell you, like with the other books, I was just kind of winging it, just free flowing. Mm-hmm. I would have my, because my desk and stuff will always be a mess, but I didn't have to plan too much. With Tangled Roots, with the Root series, I do have to plan. I have to make sure I have everything written down. And then, of course, some things do just pop up, like with Tangled Roots, when I thought I was finished with it. And I think it was like 4 weeks before it was supposed to come out. Then one of my characters told me something, and I was just like, I did a whole video because I'm extra, as y'all can see. I'm extra. And I try to tell people I'm shy because I really am. Like, I'm super nervous right now, but I am extra at the same time. So I had to do a whole video about how I was so upset that my character lied to me.
That's funny. I like to share the story that just happened to me. The end of my 4th book, the last defense in my series, one of the main characters, who's the main character in the 5th book, he just completely surprised me. He makes this announcement in literally like the last paragraph of the book. I'm typing, and he makes this announcement, and I'm like, what the heck did Richard just say? And
because they're rude.
Yeah, I had to write the whole next book around this announcement that he made. And I'm like, Richard, don't you ever do that again. And then he did it a couple times in the last book I just finished. So yeah, these characters sometimes, I need your whip so I can get them.
Yeah, because they're rude, they're disrespectful. Like, don't stress me.
You're absolutely right about that.
I like to do research while writing books and get ideas of cool places. Yeah. So all of my books are they're based in Virginia. Sometimes we may travel to different states, but
do you live in Virginia? Is that why?
I do live in Virginia.
Okay,
yes. Yep.
Okay. If anyone below has a question, feel free to ask. Amy says she has an unruly dragon at the moment. So if you have a
I love
question,
dragons. I forgot to say I love dragons too.
I think we
I
all
think they're just the
do.
most beautiful creature. It's like if I could have a dragon, I would be happy. But then I'd probably be sitting in somebody's cell because these people, I'd be like, burn them.
Oh, Sandra said, "Oh, I'm in VA too."
Woo!
What is VA? What did I
Virginia.
miss?
It's a baby dragon. See, I would,
Oh, no,
yeah,
that's
it wouldn't
really
be
cute.
sweet and cuddly fooling around with me.
Heckles in New York.
You're in New
Okay.
York.
If you just joined us, I'm author Casey Mitchell. This is author Candace Nicole. She writes dark psychological thrillers and romance, and so we are kind of picking her apart tonight, picking her brain. So we're going to figure out what's going on. Psychological thrillers depend heavily on controlling what the reader knows and when they know it. How did you decide which truths to reveal, which to distort, and which to keep buried? To me, that would be the hardest part of writing.
Well, see, everybody has their own point of view, right? So I say I'm dealing with multiple personalities.
Okay. Is it multiple points of view? Is the book written by multiple?
Yes, it has multiple points of view. Yes.
Okay.
And no one is fully telling the truth. So even like in real life, everybody will have their own perception of things. So this perception is my truth. That perception is your truth. But then we have people who blatantly leave things out or twist things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in book one, a lot of stuff is revealed, but it's like at the end, there's going to be another book coming because everything is not answered in book one.
Okay. So does it leave on a cliffhanger, or do you have some closure, just not enough? Or
I don't think it's so much of a cliffhanger. I think it's more like, oh, so now we're going to learn about such and such, and okay, we're going to see what's going to happen. But in book one, some of the questions are answered.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to make sense of this. So in book one, it does have closure, but you kind of at the end of it set up book two. Am I understanding that?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I feel like in book one, like the major things are answered, kind of, sort of, and so you can get closure for that part with certain characters, and then book two is answering some things as well, and then we have our own new drama in book two.
Okay. And it's funny because I do the same thing, especially in, the series I just finished. Technique, I guess I just sort of got used to doing is setting up literally like the last page even sometimes for the next book. But I've had people literally say that I ended on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, no, I don't, to me, that's not a cliffhanger. When you're setting up the next book that's going to be about a different subject or a different person or different characters or whatever, if you have closure here, that's not a cliffhanger if you're starting with a new
And that's
section.
the thing. I feel like I'm just like learning to be flexible because everybody sees things differently.
They do.
And like you said, you might not see it that way. I might not see it that way. But if they see it that way, then it's like, cool, go to book two.
Kat just said she loves cliffhangers. That is so funny because that's literally the first person I've ever seen that said that they love cliffhangers. I hate them. And everyone I've ever asked or talked to says that they hate them. So Kat, you're a first. Okay, when writing unreliable characters, I love unreliable characters, by the way, because they just throw us all for a loop, right? When writing unreliable characters, how do you make readers question what they're being told without making them feel deliberately cheated by the author?
Well, I don't think they felt cheated. I think it was more like a gasping moment, like, what? And then
Okay.
like I already didn't care for this person, but I really hate this person now.
Okay. So you keep them on your side by reinforcing what you already created for them, that narrative that you created for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I don't actually know that I've written an unreliable character, so I'm going to veer from my questions for a minute just to ask you, for your expertise, how's the best way to write an unreliable character? What made you decide to do that? It's a very interesting way to write.
So what I had to do is I had to figure out how I wanted the story to go, and I had to, have a round table meeting with the characters and learn their personalities. And so when someone is an unreliable narrator, they are telling the truth, but they're purposely twisting things or they're leaving things out. And there's like sometimes there's subtle clues, but I feel like in Tangle Roots, I didn't really give subtle clues. So it was more like, oh, this person just deceived you. Like you're believing her and you're like, oh my goodness, wow, blah, blah, blah. And then when everything flips, it's like a shock. Like, wait a minute, what? So, you have to know each character's personality and then, you get to pick and choose who's going to be the villain, but then also sometimes when you write the characters, like I said, because you can see something one way and somebody can see something another way. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're telling lies. But in Tangle Roots, some of my people, they are blatantly telling lies and leaving things out.
I like, because in psychology, there's the reference that we all have our own truth. We can look at the same story and see it in different ways. And that's why even in the court of law, you need multiple witnesses because everyone saw the same accident or whatever, but they saw it completely differently. And so that's why I was asking about the unreliable narrator, because to me, and I haven't done that, maybe I subconsciously shied away from it because I wasn't sure how to do it. Because that's an advanced writing technique. I'll just put it that way. So kudos again to you. I can't wait to read some of your books to see how you did it.
The thing is, like I said, with Tangle Roots, Deeper Roots, Several Roots, I have to be very organized. I have to have like this character, like their own sheet, this, like everything, and then you have to figure it out. Just got to take your time and figure it out.
And Kat said she was about to ask, was there any characters that are villains? Now, would you call the unreliable narrator a villain, per se?
Not all of them, but yes.
But some are. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Not all of them. Because sometimes, like I said, you can leave something out. You don't see something. It doesn't compute. It's like you're going through trauma, whatever, But there is some that are villains.
Love that. Love that. Clark Delane, did I say that name right?
Clark Delaney.
Delaney, okay. Clark Delaney is dead before the present day story begins, yet his secrets continue shaping everyone's life. How did you develop him as a powerful presence without allowing him to speak for himself? Love this question, by the way.
Because at the beginning of the story, hold on, I'm thinking. That is a good question. Because I just did it.
You want me to reread it? Would that help?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So, right, you're correct. He is deceased, but he plays a huge part of the story. And I feel like it's because everything is centered around that night and centered around this man. And then you're kind of thinking, well, what was going on? And why would, because it says he was murdered. Why would he be murdered? So that automatically makes you want to know more about him, makes you want to know what's going on, especially because it keeps going back to that night. And then even in the future, like everybody is living their lives and doing their own thing. But when it comes up again, it's going back to that night. So it makes him very interesting, even though you never hear his voice or you never hear his voice. You never hear his thoughts or anything like that.
Wow. Did you major in literature in college?
No.
Wow. Because
No.
you really seem to have mastered some advanced writing techniques. I'm really interested to write your book. I mean, read your book.
Thank you.
Um, was there one character in Tangled Roots whose vision of the past you found yourself believing or sympathizing with more than you originally intended?
That I sympathize with? Say it
Mhm.
one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I know some of these questions are a little deep too. So, was there one character in Tangled Roots whose version of the past you found yourself believing or sympathizing with more than you originally intended to?
Not sympathizing with, but I did believe a character until later on when they revealed something else. So then it was like, whoa. And then I had to go back and rewrite some things.
Okay.
But yeah, it wasn't
I love
sympathy,
that.
but it was just like, it was a shock. Yeah.
Okay. The line, quote, some secrets don't stay buried, they grow roots, unquote, captures the book beautifully. What do those roots represent to you? Guilt, trauma, consequences, family history, or something else entirely?
It's all of that.
Okay.
And then even like, because if you noted, well, you haven't read it, but on the back of it, it says, or I have it somewhere where it says 5 strangers, right? And 2 people are related, but I still say 5 strangers because you can be related to somebody and still be a stranger. So even though they have that family roots, that family connection, and it's tangled that way, but they're still strangers. So it's all of that stuff combined.
I love that. Now, how did you come up with these titles? Because I have a heck of a time with that. And every one of your titles, I love the series titles and the book titles.
So with Tangle Roots, when I started writing it, and I said, oh, this is such a tangled mess. I was like, these people are a mess. And then I was like, ooh, tangled. I was like, not tangle mess. I don't like that. And then I was like, And then I went outside and I was walking around in the backyard, and then I saw like the roots. Wow. And I was like, oh, tangle roots. And then I asked one of my friends, I was like, what do you think about? And they were like, yeah.
I love that. Next time I'm trying to come up with the name of something, I'm going to call you so you can help me. I have to that for some reason. How much did you know about the final twist before you started writing? Did you have it all platted out?
Well, yeah, I did. And then when I got that, rude wake-up call, then I had to change it. Yep.
And in what way? I mean, without spoiler alerts, of course, but because you had it plotted out, and then this character did something that threw you for a loop.
Well, yeah, because it was, I had already had it edited. I had it all on my website for pre-order. I had it on the other place for pre-order for ebook. And so, so yeah, I mean, it changed everything. I had to go in and I had to change a chapter. Yeah, I had to change a chapter.
So after you had already gotten to the point of setting up pre-sale, then you had to go back and change and rewrite?
Yep.
Oh my God.
But I'm glad I did it because I was like, ooh, girl. Like, ooh, this is,
So it made it
then it's like, ooh, this is, ooh.
Well, that's also just a little plug-in for indie writing and indie authoring, because if you were trad published, there's no way you could do that. If you come up with something better after they've gotten so far, they're like, no, you're
right.
So I love that. I've never done that extent of changing at the last minute, but I have updated and fixed, and I update and fix my backlist. I don't change plot twist or character stuff like that. But just little tweaky things that make it better or cleaner or edited better. And if you're a trad publisher, you can't do that. So I love that. Because Tangled Roots is the first book in the Tangled Roots series, how do you balance giving readers a satisfying resolution while planting unanswered questions that will carry into later books? We kind of touched on that a little bit about setting
Right.
up the next book.
Right. So it's just when you realize, so you have to decide, is this going to be a standalone or is this going to be a series? If it's going to be a series, what are you going to write about in the following book? So what can I wrap up in book one, but still leave people wanting more for the next book? So that's what you do.
Now, did you know that this was going to be a series before you started writing Tangled Roots, or the
I
other
thought
one?
Tangle Roots, I thought it was going to be a standalone.
Okay.
But it decided it's not a standalone.
And what about the maid series? Did you know that was going to be a series before
Oh
you?
yeah, I knew that because I wanted each girl to have their story. I wanted Carmen to have her story. I wanted Marcia to have her story, and I wanted Giselle to have her story. And even though they are all the best of friends, everybody's story is completely different.
Okay. Are you finished with that series, the maid series?
Yes,
Okay. And what about how many books do you plan on being in the Roots series?
just three:
Just three?
Tango Roots, Deeper Roots, and Several Roots.
That's it. And so what have you got planned for after that? You have another series after that?
No, I have a standalone that, well, okay. So I do have a standalone psychological thriller that I've started working on it. And then I do have three romance books that are finished-ish,
Wow.
maybe. Huh? And that is a series. It's number three. Yeah, it's about three friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Amy said that's okay. Mine was supposed to be a picture book 4 books ago, so I get it. She's so cute. What has returning with a new release after several years taught you about perseverance, reinvention, and finding your place again in a publishing industry that changes almost daily?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect. And so, like, when I did the other books, I remember having people read it before they came out, but I don't remember it being like such a big deal like it is now. And then it could just be because I was super busy at that time. So I don't know. But having to, create the forums for your ARC readers and street team, that was different. Having to, like, for your street team, having your private chat, so that was different. But I will say, like, TikTok has been, like, amazing to me. Like, the indie community, the people who support indie authors, like, how loving they have been. And even, I got somebody coming in the store. Even how, I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, even with the ARC team and the street team, like, because they didn't know who I was, and that for them to read the book and for them to share it and to post. So I feel like that has been like a completely different experience, and it's been like a wonderful experience.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. And I've had the same thing. And that's one reason why I started Indie Author Access, because I had so many people giving me a leg up and helping me get started. And so I wanted to try to,
Yeah.
pay back and do the same for others. When readers finish Tangled Roots, what question about truth, guilt, or human nature do you hope continues haunting them after they've closed the book?
I feel like it's more of, what would you do in that situation? Like, if you were to see something happening, what would you do? And, like, you can have like an honest conversation with yourself. Like, yeah, they left. They were coming to pick up their mail. They're probably like, why do I hear her talking?
Maybe they'll go home and look you up and say, well, she's important. She's on TV.
And that is funny, because some of the customers have found out that, I'm an author, and they have like purchased, because I have books here, they purchase books from me, and then they'll come in, and I'm supposed to be shipping your stuff, and we sit here talking about Tango Roots and stuff.
That's perfect. Wonderful. That's good. Right?
Yeah. So it is super cool. But to go back to your question, it's like, what would you do in that situation? And like, you have to, because somebody can say, well, I'll do X, Y, and Z, but would you? You really never know until you are put into a situation that way.
Exactly. Ain't that the truth? And we're so quick to judge other people and say what we would do or what we wouldn't do. But honest to God, unless you've been put in that exact same situation, and even then, your life might be at a different place than that person's life was, but they were put in that same situation. So judge not, lest you be judged. This is what I say. What's something small that this is my last question.
Okay.
I'm winding it up. And before I do the last two questions, I just want to give the floor back to you. Is there anything you wish I'd asked you, or you wish readers would ask you, or something maybe readers do ask you that we didn't address tonight that you want to add?
Well, I didn't see all the comments. So if you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. But somebody asked me the other day, what is my favorite thing about being an author, right? And so I told y'all I'm extra. I giggle a lot until I get out of that place when I'm not fun and funny. But my favorite thing is to say, huh?
I can't imagine you not being fun and funny. I've really enjoyed you now.
Well, sometimes when I'm at work, I'm like, I do look good in orange, but I don't think I want to be there.
Oh, don't want to go there. I might give you extra time, right, though.
Right? So they asked me, what's my favorite thing about being an author? And this is my favorite thing to say. I hear voices. I hear a lot of voices, like people talk to me who no one else can see. But it's okay, because I'm an author.
Yeah. I love that.
And then they just look at you like,
I love that. You played that off quite well, too. Very convincing.
Yeah.
Darman
wants to know. Which genre do I like the best?
Yeah,
like genre? To write?
I think it means to read. We'll start with read. Mark is answering. I said, we'll start with what you like to read. I know you answered that at the beginning, but she's out on the West Coast and she didn't hear that.
Oh, it's fine. So I love reading books about witches, demons, vampires, werewolves, supernatural, but I don't like horror, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I love dragons. I like fantasy. I love fantasy.
And then what's your favorite to write?
To write?
So far.
See, I don't know, because I love me some love, honey. But I love me some messed up stuff too. I love it both. I don't know.
You're so fun.
I don't think I can pick, because I love both of them. But it's just your mind frame is different. So with romance, it's going to be happily ever after. But with a thriller, anything is open.
Yeah. And it is completely different. And I don't know about you. You mentioned taking a little break from writing the character, but I took a break from writing the Safe House series to do my Christmas book last year. And part of the reason why I decided, I've always wanted to write a Christmas book, but I did it last year because I just needed a palate cleanser from writing all this trauma and drama and suspense, everything. I wanted just something sweet and pure and wonderful for the holidays. So that's why I did that. So I completely did that. You have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we finish the last two questions, tell us again. Well, I thought of a question I didn't ask earlier, but while I'm thinking of that, because I'm old and I forget stuff, tell us again where to find your books.
Okay. So if you want a signed copy from me and get some little goodies that come along with that signed copy, you can go to cnbookseries.com. I am also on the A Place, where you can get an ebook, or you can read it on the Big K.
Okay.
And
do you have audiobooks?
No, I don't have audiobooks. Somebody was giving me some information about audiobooks, because I do want to. I would like to have audiobooks. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. I'm just working on them myself. So
yeah. So somebody gave me some information, and I'm going to look into that to see if I can get them on there.
Well, if you're interested in, I'm doing AI narration because that doesn't bother me at all. I know I'll probably get thrown off of here. I don't care. But I can't afford thousands of dollars to get a human narrator, and I don't want to have to do the share thing, because a lot of those things, you have to you can only post them in certain places. I want to own the rights to it. I'm going to post it on my website and other places too. So I had in my mind how I wanted it to do, and I found a company. Actually, they found me, ironically, but they're wonderful. Evolving Digital. They do so many things well above and beyond the audiobook. They handle my tech stuff now. I used to pull my hair out with tech stuff. Now they do all my tech stuff. I pay them a single fee once a year. They do all my tech stuff for the year. They're very reasonable. I love them. They're very professional to work with, all that stuff. But a lot of people are very, funny about the AI narration, and they only want a human voice. I get that. I understand that. I just couldn't afford that. So, but if you're interested in that, reach out to me about that. But there was another question I thought of earlier about your books or something. I know I just posted, I'm doing a series right now on here about different things that readers can do to support indie authors. And one of them is buy our books from our website if possible. If you want a print book, buy it from the website, because one, it gives us contact with you, and that gives us engagement with you, and we love that. We live for that. But also, we don't have to split our royalties with the Zon or Drafted Digital or whatever other Ingram Spark, whoever you publish with. I don't think most people realize that, when you publish through Drafted Digital and it's on BNN, BNN gets a cut, Drafted Digital gets a cut, and then we get what's left over, which is, for me, because I price my books as reasonably as I can, sometimes less than $1 per book, and I'm the one that did all the freaking work. So if you can order it, if you're wanting a print version of the book, go to the website of the author and get it directly from them, or TikTok Shop. Are you on TikTok Shop?
No, I'm not on TikTok Shop. TikTok has been sending me notifications to do that. And so I guess I need to figure it out. Because then people are also trying to tell me I need to start getting on TikTok and doing lives. And I'm like, by myself? I'm like, oh no, I've
done them, and it's harder to me. It's harder to do them by yourself. I don't mind talking. I'm a talker. But it's harder to push out, and the banter and the fun. Like, we're laughing together, we're having a good time together. It's like we're out to dinner having a few drinks, and it's fun. When you're doing it by yourself, it's a little bit harder. You're literally just responding to, the people in there, and you're probably not going to get quite as many people. You might. I did, and I had like 3 or 4 people in there the whole time. So, you'll have to do two. You have to do two by
invite others. Oh, okay, got you.
What she's saying, yeah, and that is true. But I mean, they don't have to be that long. You can do 30 minutes. You can get on there and read your book or talk about your book. It's not hard to do, but you do have to. They do force you to do a few by yourself before you can host one with other people on there.
Right.
I still can't remember what the other question was that I was going to ask you about your book. That makes me sad. The minute we hang up, I'll think of it. I don't have to inbox you, because then I'll be up all night. I don't know, why didn't I ask her that? Anyway, does anyone downstairs have a question?
Okay. Well, yeah, because they keep telling me that I need to get on there to do a live, and just talk about my books. Like, I can talk, like, maybe one live I can talk about, Tango Roots, my thriller. And then the next one is romance. But I'm shy, y'all. Like,
I don't see you being shy at all.
The thought of it just makes my stomach turn.
Just pretend like you're talking, like the people that come up and like they ask a question like you're doing tonight, just reading the things and just respond to them. They'll keep you busy enough that it'll go by quickly. And it doesn't have to be that long. I think 15, 20 minutes or something is what qualifies you for being considered alive. Charmin wants to know, when did you start writing?
So, Made to Love was, I guess, published in 2014, but I always was writing. Like, I would always take like these like writing classes, creative writing. I loved that. So I've always been writing, but it was never like in book form. But yeah, that was 2014, Made to Love. Come on. Doing lives with others like this helps. Oh, okay.
Sandra saying, you can do it. You
Aww.
have a very engaging person. Yes, you do. That's what I'm saying. You're so much fun. Like, you don't seem shy or nervous at all. I mean, you seem absolutely fine. I really enjoyed this. It's fun.
Lord knows we can talk for
Lord knows we
30
can talk for 30 minutes. Yeah, we don't even need someone to chit chat with. We can talk for 30 minutes.
But you see what I'm saying? Like how supportive everybody is. And they're just like, it's so welcoming. Like, I have felt so much like just love and support and like encouragement. And even, like I said, because being in doing what I do, all these different people, and some of them are just funky and nasty. But and then it just makes you be like, I hate everybody. But then you come over here and they're just like, oh, like we got you. And it's like, oh.
I saw a post the other day that said the people who are the most supportive of my books and my writing are strangers on TikTok I've never even met in person. And I'm like, I 100% agree with that, because I mean, my family, they love me, but they don't care what I'm doing. My mother reads all my books, but my kids and, other people in my family, they don't read my books. So when you get here, I think we have this common, denominator that we love writing, we love reading, we love the process of it. We love to learn from each other. And I love that too. I think the book talk world is just phenomenal. I appreciate TikTok for what they do.
Yeah.
To help us to push it out there. I wish they wouldn't be so ticky about things all the time. Like, we're restricted now because apparently we said something we're not supposed to say, which is ridiculous, because I've literally heard people cuss people out on here and they don't get restricted.
Right.
We can say one simple little thing, and we do. Anyway, is there anything else that you would like to add tonight before I ask you these last two questions?
No, I think we have covered everything. And so, like I said earlier, soon I'm going to be looking for maybe I set it off when I said, okay, so let's say soon I will be looking for early readers and not street people. I was going to say streetwalkers. Not streetwalkers.
You don't want streetwalkers.
I'm probably why you were restricted.
Girl, you are not shy.
A team. That's what I'll say.
You're not shy. Just take that phrase out of your vocabulary. You are not shy. You are very outgoing.
I am shy.
You hide it well.
But so I will be. If anybody's interested in it, I don't say you have to read Tango Roots first, but it will help you understand the dynamics between individuals. Streetwalkers are readers too.
Okay, perfect. Love that. And I appreciate you. I know you're at work, and I'd forgotten that you were going to be, and you had told me that ahead of time, and I appreciate you doing that.
Oh, it's fine.
Making this.
Yeah, I'm closed. Yeah, I'm closed.
So what is something small that brings you disproportionate joy? And it might be your children or grandchildren or family.
Well, I think that would be like the normal answer. People showing other people kindness, that brings me joy. People loving and accepting people for who they are, and giving people a chance who they don't know, that fills me with joy and happiness. And so that's why it goes back to what I was saying earlier, like how people have been so supportive and so loving and so encouraging. Like, for instance, Lori, I don't know if she's still on here, but she did a post and she says, go follow her, check out her books. And the first time she did it, she really knew nothing about me. Like, we had an interview and I couldn't join her live because I didn't have enough followers. And so, like, to me, that just like blew my mind, like, because it's just kind, and it's just like, well, hey, this is what I do. I support indie authors. And people can say they do things, but when you see it, it's mind blowing.
Exactly. And I would say the same thing. Amy in the basement, whatever you want to call it down there, she did the same thing for me. I mean, I knew her, I knew of her. I think we had talked, but she just created an ad for me. I mean, a post, and put it out here. And I'm just like, she tagged me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I barely know this woman. And she created a post for me. And then Charmin did the same thing. I was just mentioning, and we do a Tuesday night live, the three of us. And I just mentioned that I wanted to recover one of my backlist books. and why, that it didn't, I love the cover that I had, but it didn't fit the story. And we were talking about the story. And the next week she sent me the freaking new cover that she created. And I'm like, I didn't
Yeah.
ask her to. She didn't even say she was going to. She just did it. And I'm like, that's not the kind of people that you see every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's
Right.
very highly unusual, or at least
Right.
the people I see every day. Is very rare. And
Yeah.
it's something to be treasured. So I appreciate that too. Last question. I know that we're going a little bit over. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
What is your favorite word? As writers, we love our words. What is your favorite word? It can be anything.
Well, I will say when I'm it's not just, I guess you could say it's a phrase. When I am writing, I do say, this is ridiculous. I say that a lot. I don't have like a favorite word. Yeah, I don't have a favorite word.
Amy.
Hmm?
Amy said, because they love me bunches and bunches. I just said, thank you, Amy.
No.
You're so sweet.
Yeah. So I don't really have a favorite word. Nope.
Okay. I know that's a question that almost every author, and no one just shoots off the top of their head unless, every now and then Charmin always says, I know my favorite word. It starts with an F. It's a gas word. But unless, it's one of those things. I mean, because we love words, and as a writer, our world is words. And
Right.
so we probably have dozens and dozens of favorite words.
Fixin'.
So when someone asks you off the top of your head, Charmin's Fixin' is my new favorite. We were talking about fixin' the other day because I say all the time, I'm fixing to go to the store. And I had a college professor who was the same college professor as my earlier. We were good friends. And he, being a college professor, said, fixing that's not a word, that's not a phrase. I'm like, he said, if you're going to the store, just say you're going to the store. I said, but if I say I'm going to the store, they don't know if I'm going now or tonight or tomorrow or next week. But when you say you're fixing to go to the store, they know you're walking out the door with your keys in hand and you're going to the store.
And also fixing, you could be like, I'm fixing that. That can mean a lot of things. Like, I'm fixing to kick your tail.
Yep. And it means right now, buddy.
It's about to go down now.
That's right. So I stumped him a little bit. I said, that's the first time in my life I ever stumped someone that's much smarter than me. So we know what your favorite word is, Charmin. I already know. I said it. Anyway, so is being a short version of fitting to do something. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you put that in parentheses because I would not have known what that was. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Candace, you're just such a blessing, such a fun person. If I'm ever in Virginia, we're going to have to go out and have some drinks and have a good time together.
Yeah.
Because this has been so much fun. And look, don't forget, I do book schmiveaways. So especially when your new book comes out, you might want to do a schmiveaway of the first book to promote the second book, or both books, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'd love to do a schmiveaway for you, and we can get your book some more attention. And we can do it now. You don't have to wait until something's coming out. But we can do it now. But whatever you want, I'm here for you. If there's anything I can ever do for you, that's what we're here for. That's what we're trying to build here with Indie Author Access. And on Tuesday night, we do the Front Porch series. It's at 9:00 Eastern time. So it's probably a little bit better time for you because you're a couple of hours behind me, 1 hour behind me. I know you're behind me, mm-hmm. Right? It's 8:10 here now. So maybe you could hit us up then, and we'd love to have you on there too sometime, anytime. You're so much fun.
I thank you so much for having me here and inviting me into your world and sharing your people with me. Yeah. And I thank everybody who came and to watch and ask questions, and even though you don't believe me, somebody said my favorite word, let me see if I can find it, is shy. But no, I do appreciate it. I've had a great time, and you guys have been absolutely the best.
You. And everybody downstairs that joined us, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. Amy said there's a link in her tree. I'm assuming. Oh, are you talking about for her to sign up, Amy? or you're talking about for the porch light thing just to come? The front porch spotlight is Tuesday
I was trying
night.
to see if I could find it. Okay.
Yeah. I think she means there's a link there to sign up to be a guest on there. So yeah, she said yes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, to sign up to be a guest on there, we'd love to have you because you are so much fun. That would be a hoot because Charmin and Amy and I, all three, host that one. And so, or actually Amy's the host, but Charmin and I join her just to keep the party going and getting crazy. And so we really have a hoot time over there. Anyway, thank you so much. Don't hang up. If you joined us tonight, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Don't hang up because if you do, you'll lose your like 2 cents that you earned tonight or whatever. And I don't want you to lose that. So anyway, we will see y'all next Friday. Thank you. And I appreciate it. And everybody below too. Bye, Candace.
See ya. Thank you.